Okay, take a look at Empower Field as crews continue to get ready for the weekend. It's quite the show. The merch truck arrived today for Taylor Swift in advance of the first of two shows in Denver, the Eras Tour. It's a phenomenon sweeping the nation and the world, and it's about to take place at center stage at Mile High.
Yeah, we want to talk about the phenomenon because there are a lot of people who are all in, and then there are a lot of people who are going, what's the big deal? So our producer, who normally is in the booth at 4 o'clock, Jack Linnehan, joins us now because you are a Swiftie.
Yeah.
And this will be your first time seeing her.
My first time seeing Taylor in concert.
Try to explain first and foremost, because I think most people, when they think of a Swiftie, think of a 17-year-old girl.
Yeah.
And that's unfair, but that's what most people think of. What drew you in? What made you love her work so much?
Well, growing up as a teenage boy in the late 2000s, early 2010s, it was pretty easy to be contrarian, so to speak, when it came to people like Taylor Swift. So, but I always recognized there were a few songs that I appreciated and enjoyed. And I think as you grow older and more mature over time, you can take a step back and really appreciate more things that you maybe didn't appreciate as much when you were younger. But for me, it was 2020, it was July, the pandemic, and Taylor announced she's surprised next day releasing this album called Folklore. And it was produced by Aaron Dessner, who's lead guitarist for this band, The National. Right. And I've been a fan of The National for years. So I heard that she was going to be collaborating with him, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. I should probably check this out. Might be a little bit more my speed. Listened to the whole album, fell in love with it. She came out with another album a few months later called Evermore, also collaborating with Aaron Dessner, and it actually had a feature with The National in that album, and the rest is kind of history.
You're in.
Yeah,
so you were all in. Now you're going with a group of folks from here that, again, represent all different people. Like you've got females, you got men, you got everybody in this group. What's the attraction and why her show? Because it sounds like the show is something.
It is something. It's 3 hours and 15 minutes long. She does 44 songs segmented into 10 acts, different eras. And that's the thing too, is this concert is over her entire musical career, which spans back to 2006 when her debut album came out. She hasn't toured since 2018. The Reputation tour ended in 2018. She's released 4 albums since then. That's a lot of music that fans have not been able to hear up until this point.
Live and
in person with the the pandemic behind us. But also things just kind of happen to Taylor Swift. I think there's just some sort of weird thing going on in the universe. Kanye West in 2009 at the MTV VMAs, the Ticketmaster controversy. I don't know if that happens to any other artist. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but because it happened to Taylor Swift, I think that's why we had congressional hearings with Ticketmaster and Live Nation about a monopoly of price gouging and ticket sales. They're just things that seem to happen only to her. Her re-releasing of her old albums with the Masters controversy, the old record label held the rights to her first 6 albums. That has created a domino effect across the music industry.
But when she hits the stage, all that goes by the
of course,
because she just tears it up for 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours, nonstop. She takes a little bit of breaks. She's got costume changes. It is very theatrical. It's very kind of Broadway inspired almost.
I have a question because tomorrow you're going to produce the 4 o'clock show here, like you always do. And then you're going to go over there. Will you even be paying attention to our 4 o'clock show tomorrow?
I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try my best. My mind is definitely going to be in other places.
Okay. Before we go, the friendship bracelet. What is that? What the heck is
it's
that?
actually really simple, and I think we have a graphic of the lyric. It's a lyric from one of her songs from this most recent album, Midnights. As you can see, everything you lose is a step you take, so make the friendship bracelets, take the moment. It's just a lyric from a song, but her fans are very into all of her songwriting, so they analyze everything. So something as simple as make a friendship bracelet.
And you share it at the concert.
Yeah, it just took off, and fans on social media started saying, we're going to do this for her tour, and now everyone brings their friendship bracelets and they share them back and forth.
And
with
thanks
other
to
people.
Kieran, you have bracelets.
Yes.
So 70,000 people will mean there'll be 500,000 bracelets at the traded.
In theory, I'm not going to count them all, but it's going to be somewhere in the hundreds of thousands.
You got to Monday. He's got to fill us.
We'll all give it our best tomorrow, but we know you won't be.
You take
all
pictures,
here.
and on Monday we're going to go through a review.
You got it.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, Jack.
So your version of Bruce, Tom.
Yeah, and others.
Yeah.